2 more breaths here. As you take your next inhale, come back up to all fours. Inhale, open up with the right arm. Exhale, thread it under. Inhale up. Exhale under. Inhale up. Exhale under. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale as you come under. Mix them back into that child's pose, walking the left arm forward and just threading the right arm under. Inhale, coming up. Taking that right hand back, plant it down. Make sure you're near all fours. Inhale, open. Left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, up, open. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, open. Exhale, through. One more time. Inhale, open. This time as you exhale, sitting back in child's pose, threading that arm through and bringing that right arm forward. Sitting back in your child's pose. Inhale, reaching up and open. And putting that arm back into all fours again. Taking that one hand print forward, tuck the toes, press up into down dog. Come down to the knees, lower down to the mat. Untuck the toes and zip those legs up. Come up to low cobra. Down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Tuck the toes. Press back up to the knees and to down dog. Spend about 5 breaths here, walking out the dog. Heels down, bending the opposite knee. Come back to plank, drop to the knees and lower down. Take the left arm out to the side, and we're going to roll over to that left side. Taking my right leg, I'm going to step behind my left knee. I'm just going to rest here. If you have a block or something you'd like to put under your head to rest on, it's fine. Just getting a nice deep shoulder stretch, a little low back stretch. So depending on how much you want to roll back over to that left side. And then gently rolling back onto your stomach. Bringing both hands underneath your chest, under your shoulders. Tuck the toes, pressing back up to plank. And then to down dog again. Couple breaths here. Coming to plank. Drop down to those knees and again lower down. Take that right arm out to the right. Pushing over as you roll over to the right side, taking that left leg, stepping behind the right knee, and lowering the head down. Rolling slowly back onto your stomach. Bringing those hands again underneath your shoulders, tucking the toes, pressing up through plank, and to down dog. And then just gently walking your feet to your hands, coming into forward fold. To front of your mat. Spend a couple of breaths here in forward fold. Just letting the chest fall over the thighs. Looking back at the knees. If you'd like, you can wrap your hands around your legs and pull your chest in. You can even grab your opposite elbows and do a little ragdoll. Take your hands to your shins, come up, half lift. Exhale down, squeeze it in. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Strong legs as you stand, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, down to forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to plank. Down dog. Take the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee. Let that right leg fall behind you, opening up those hips. Exhale, take that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the back knee down for runner stretch. Come down to your forearms if you like to. If you're on your forearms, come back up to your hands and take that right arm up for your dragonfly twist. Bend the left knee, reach back for that foot, pull it in. Release the foot, three-legged dog. Take this right leg back up. And we're going to come into our pigeon pose. So take this right foot, step it to the inside thumb on the left hand. Make sure you have your prop if you need it for your hip. And I'm just going to gently lay that shin across the front of my mat, making sure that my foot is up out of my growing area and that knee is pushed over outside of my right hip. Once I have this position here, and I'm ready to come forward with my chest, sliding that left leg back as far as it will go. And as always, don't feel the pressure to have to come down to your forearms quite yet. Just let your body start to work into this pose depending on how flexible you're feeling or how stiff you're feeling today. But if you do want to and you are feeling ready for it, you can always come down to your forearms. If you're on your forearms, come back to your hands, and then start to walk your hands over to that left side of your mat with a little twist here. Just stay with the breath. And then gently coming over back to the right, to that little twist. Again, only go as deep as you feel comfortable with these stretches. It's intended to kind of push you to your edge, but you never want to go too far with this, and breathing is so important. And bringing those hands back to center, coming out of this nice and slow. Okay, so just take your time whenever you feel ready. We're going to tuck those back toes, lift the back leg, and take our right leg back up to three-legged dog. And shake it out. Come back to down dog. And then take the left leg up. Bending the knee, letting that left leg hang over to the right side, stacking the hips. And then take that left leg to the outside of the left hand, coming down for that runner stretch. Again, honoring the body and what it feels like today, how deep you're able to go into those stretches. And then coming into your dragonfly twist. Bending the right knee, reaching back for that foot, pulling it in. Releasing the foot, coming back into your three-legged dog. And then coming across for pigeon. And take the left foot to the inside of the right thumb. Taking your prop over to the left side if you're using a prop. And then we're just going to lay this left leg down. And make sure that shin is parallel to the front of your mat. And make sure that left knee is outside of the left hip. Take your time settling into this pose. And then when you're ready, just take your stretch to the edge, wherever that is for you. Coming back up to your hands. And then walking your hands over to the right. That little bit of a twist. And then slowly walking it over to the left. and back to center. And gently, in your time and when you're ready, taking your left leg back up to three-legged dog. Shake it out, wiggle the toes, and then come back into your down dog. And then drop into child's pose, dropping those knees down, big toes touch. Walking those hands forward as far as you can. On your next breath, coming up to all fours. Tuck your toes, coming into down dog. Take that right leg up, three-legged dog. Step it through for crescent lunge. Hands to heart, prayer twist. Back through crescent. Hands to heart again, this time dropping down inside that right leg for humble warrior. And as you place your hands on the mat, begin to straighten that front leg and rotate your toes so that they're off the side of your mat. Toes tuck in slightly. We have our wide leg stretch. So just drop down, forearms coming to the mat. Make sure you're lifting up through the arches, getting that stretching through the entire body, really the outside of those ankles and shins. Lift up halfway. Plant that left hand, right arm up for the twist. Exhale that right arm down, bending the knees. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat, rotating the feet, coming back into your crescent lunge. And as you exhale, we're going to push off that back foot, coming into front of our mat. Hands to heart, going right up in your inhale, folding it down to forward fold. Half lift. Exhale down, squeeze it in. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to down dog. Take that left leg up. And step it through the hands. Crescent lunge. Prayer twist. And up. Hands to heart. Inside that left leg. Drop it down. Plant the hands. Rotate off the side of your mat. Wide leg stretch. Drop down to the forearms. Come up halfway. Plant that right hand. Take the left arm up. And come on down. Rotate the feet as you walk the hands to the front of the mat, coming back up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, pushing off that back foot to the front of the mat. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale down, fold. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Now make sure your feet are as wide as your mat. We're just going to do some gentle shoulder taps. Taking that opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Try not to open the hips, so you don't want to open your hips as you do these. You really want to keep those hips square to the mat. And down dog. Let's take that right leg up. Crescent lunge. Or a twist. Crescent. Humble. And up. Warrior two. Reverse. Straighten that front leg, rainbow the arms into triangle pose. Take your top arm, reach it behind your back so the back of your hand is on your right thigh or your right cheek. Take your right hand, bring it behind you so that your hands are on top of each other, touching. Rebend that front knee and pull that left shoulder back, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, arms up, come to crescent lunge. Push off that back foot, coming to the front of your mat. Hands to heart. Inhale up and fold. Half lift. Exhale down. Step back to plank. We're going to do knee taps. So I'm going to tap that right knee, tap the left. So it's almost like I'm kind of running. Keeping those abs tight, squeezing the core. Just tapping that knee and lifting it back up. And down dog. The left leg up. Step it through, crescent lunge. Prayer twist. Inhale up. Humble warrior. And up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. As you remember your arms, straighten out that front leg, come into triangle pose. And then take your top arm behind you, bringing the back of your hand to that left cheek, butt cheek. Take your left hand and put it right on top, rebend that leg. Pull the right shoulder back and look over. Release those arms coming back up. Crescent lunge to the front of your mat. Push off the back foot. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale down. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Come down to the knees. And then come back onto your bottom. All the way onto your back. Take your left leg out, bring your right leg up. Bring your hands to the back of your calf and pull that right leg in. Make sure your foot is flat as though you're standing on the ceiling. Make sure this left leg is flat, laying flat on the ground. And then bend the right knee. Wrap your hands around the knee and pull it into your right shoulder. And then take that leg across your body for that low back stretch. Gently roll back onto your back. And lower that leg down, taking the left leg up. Again, wrap the hands behind the calf. Flatten out that foot and pull the calf or pull the knee towards you. Okay, making sure this right leg is flat on the ground. Bending that left knee, wrap your hands around the knee and pull it into your shoulder. Take your right hand and bring it across the body for that low back stretch. Gently roll back onto your back, straightening out the left leg, and then lift both legs up. Straight legs, again, pulling those legs in towards you. And then bend the knees, grab them with your hands and pull them into the shoulders. Grab the outsides of the feet, come into happy baby. And release those feet down. Prepare yourselves for Savasana. Bringing your arms down to your sides, palms facing up. The feet fall open to the sides. Again, it's very important that you take this time, at least for a few minutes even, just to stay still, lay quiet and still. Even though we didn't do a lot of heavy asanas, we did a lot of stretching with the body, which still can create a lot of things happening inside of us. So taking this moment to be still, to be quiet, to rest, to let our body recover is so important. Just release your body. Release your breath. And just begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing life back to the body. Take your arms up over your head, reach up and stretch. And then gently roll over onto your right side, taking final rest. And then gently pressing yourself back up into seated position with your legs crossed and your eyes closed and your hands at heart center, coming back into the breath. Until we meet again, may you walk in love and light and with wisdom. Namaste.